Hi guys, and welcome to STEM at Home, and today we are going to be doing secret codes. And so this is for all of you that have your kids that are spies and training. I'm going to show you some different codes that you can use. Again, all of these will be available on our website at theimag.org, so you guys can have your own little spies and training sessions and write secret messages. These are actually great math activities, and so I'm going to show you a few different ones that I really like. So this first one, this is called a cipher wheel. And so with this, what's happening is around the outside, we have all the letters of the alphabet. And then on the inner wheel, you're going to see a letter and a number. And so that's going to be your code. And what we want to do is decide where we're going to start. So for ours today, I'm deciding that the letter A is going to equal the letter B and the number 21. So what I want to do is I'm going to take my dial here. I'm going to find the letter A, and then I'm going to turn my wheel so that the V and 21 on the inner wheel line up with the letter A. And so we don't have to move the wheel anymore. At this point, we're just going to be turning it, but we're not actually turning the inner wheel. We want to keep it still because that's how we're going to be able to decode our message. And so I have written two secret messages on here, one using letters, and the other one is going to be using numbers from the wheel. And so on my wheel, again, we're at A equals V 21. And so if I go on my wheel, what I want to do next is find the letter N on the inner wheel. And so according to my wheel, the letter N equals the letter S. So what I want to do is fill in on my blank. The first letter for our code is S. And so now what I want to do is I'm going to take my wheel and I'm going to look, and we're going to see that the letter X equals the letter C. So I'm going to come over here, fill in the letter C. So then we want to find the letter D, and we want to make sure we're on the inner wheel. If you reverse back and forth, your message is not going to make any sense. So we find the letter D on the inner wheel, that equals the letter I. And then I want to find the letter Z, and the letter Z is going to equal the letter E. And then I want to find the letter I on the inner wheel, and on this one it equals the letter N. And then I want, hopefully you figured out the word by now, but we're going to keep going. The letter X equals the letter C. And then we already did Z, so we know that equals the letter E. So the first word was science. Now, to figure out the second word down here, again, there's letters and numbers on the inner circle. So we don't have to move anything. We don't have to change anything. And so we're just going to go around the wheel. And now I'm looking for the letter 7. So the letter 7 equals the letter M. So I'm going to put the letter M. And then I'm going to find the letter 21. That one equals the letter A. Remember we said up here, A equals B and 21. So I'm going to put the letter A. I'm going to find the letter 14. It equals T. And then the last one we need to find is the number 2. And that one actually equals the letter H. And so our second word was math. So again, these are really neat. These are called cipher wheels. We will have a printable version of this that you can make yourself. All you have to do is cut out the 2 wheels and then use a little brass fastener in the middle to connect them. So that is our first code. For our second code, this one is actually going to be Morse code. And so Morse code can be done 3 different ways. So one way, when you look at Morse code, when it's written out, it's a series of dots and dashes. And so that's going to represent the different letters that you're looking for and different numbers. And so we do have a copy of our code. And again, we'll have this that you can download. So the Morse code, typically it's associated with sounds and light. So it's a tapping noise. And so the small dots are small taps, short taps, and then the dashes are a longer tap. And then if you're using a light, you can use a flashlight to do this. It's a quick beam of light or a long beam of light if it is a dot or a dash. Or you can do the written version, which is what we're going to do here. And so again, when I look at this, to write my message, my first letter is represented by 3 dots. So I'm going to look at my code, and I'm going to find that. And for this one, it's an S. 1 dot equals an E. And now we have a dash, dot, dash, dot. And I'm going to go on my sheet over here. We'll see. And the next one is a dot, dash, dot. I'm going to come on my sheet. And that's going to equal R. And then we've got just a dot. We already did that one, so that's a repeat. And then the last one is just a dash. And so I'm going to come over here and that equals T. And so again, that's going to be our secret message. So we're going to be using Morse code, but again, if you want to do this with sound or also with a flashlight and use light, you can do that as well. So that's Morse code. Now the next one I'm going to show you, this one's a little bit different. So this one, I'm going to use red and blue marker for this. You definitely need to use red. And then as far as the other color, when you're writing letters for this one, you just want to choose a dark color. It could be black, it could be blue, or purple, or dark green. You don't really want to use orange or yellow. You want to stay away from that red. And so what's happening is we're writing a code and then we're hiding it with red letters. And the reason why is for this one, you actually need red cellophane. And so I've just taken some red cellophane and put it in between some sheets of paper and taped it closed. And so for this one, what's going to happen is when you put the red cellophane in front of your message, and I'm hoping you can see this on camera. So with this one, what's going to happen is all the red letters are going to disappear and you're only going to be able to see the letters that are written in the other darker color. So what you should see right now is the word code. Okay, so that one, when you write your message, hold this up, all the red letters disappear and you're able to just see the message that is hidden within. You could fill an entire page with all kinds of letters and hide your message in it and then just use this. So again, red cellophane, red and blue markers, pretty easy code, hidden messages. And then, this is one of my favorite codes. This one here, it looks pretty silly. This one's called the Pigpen code. And so I'm going to show you how this one works. So we've got our secret message, and you've got these funny looking symbols on here, and I'm going to show you what the code looks like. So on this sheet, and I'm going to fold this back because I just want you to see the one side. Alright, so this is our Pigpen Cipher. And so what you're going to see is they've taken the alphabet and they've broken it up into these 4 quadrants. And so this is how you do the code. So if I look where the letter A is, what I want to pay attention to is the lines around the letter A. So if I wanted to draw a letter A, I'm going to show you what it would look like. And actually it's on here. I'm going to draw it in red. Okay? So this is how you would draw the letter A. Because again, if you come on here, and we look at our code on here, and I'm just going to take my marker, we're paying attention to the line that is around the letter. If I come over here and say I want to do the letter Q, what I want to pay attention to are these lines and this dot. So to make the letter Q, this would be the letter Q. Over here on this one, I'm paying attention again to the lines around my letter. So to make the letter V, this would be the letter V. And then over here on this last one, let's say we want to do the letter W. I'm paying attention to the lines and the dot that are with the W. So to make a W, this would be our W. Okay? So now for this code on here, we just said that's the letter A. So I'm going to come over here and write the letter A. So now I'm looking for the lines that make this shape. So on here, if I come on here, what I should see is the lines around the letter G are going to match. Now I've got a square. So the only place where there's a square is here for the letter E. So if I come here, that's my letter E. Okay? And then we have our next one. So now we have a square but with a dot. So that's going to be over here, and that's going to be the N that's in the middle. Okay? So we're going to put our letter N. And then we have one more. So we have a triangle, and it's facing this direction. So we're going to come here, and that is our letter T. So again, I can see so we're going to come over here to look for the letter T. So we're looking for those lines that are around the letter, and we'll see them right here. And so then we're going to come over here and add the letter T, and you're going to get the word agent. Okay, so that is the Pigpen code. Again, we will have those directions for you on the website. So for the last one, this one's not a code. This is a secret message. And this one, you're going to need lemon juice, Q-tips, and I'm going to be using a tea light candle. If you have an adult doing this experiment, you can try this. If not, you can actually take a lampshade off and hold this over a light bulb. You just need to be really careful because you are using a heat source for this one. And so what's going to happen is, we have a sheet of paper, and we have a secret message written on our paper. It's actually written in lemon juice. And so we used a Q-tip dipped in lemon juice to write our message on our paper. And the only way to reveal your message is actually to hold it over a heat source, and then it'll make the letters come through. So this one we wrote the word spy. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this. And again, if your kid's watching this, you need to have an adult if you're doing this portion, or you need to use a light bulb from a lamp. We always want to be careful when we're doing things with fire. So what I'm going to do is take my piece of paper, and I want to get pretty close to the heat source without actually touching it. And I will hold this up in just a second and just show you. I'm probably just going to do one letter just to show you. Actually, I'm going to do both. Just to show you our secret message and reveal it here. And so, there is our secret message that was written in lemon juice. So again, be very careful when you're doing this one, but this is a really cool way that you can use some secret messages. And again, you can also just use a light bulb in a lamp, and so that's a much safer way to do this as well. Again, thank you guys for watching. As always, if you are enjoying our content, please make sure you're going to the website. That's where you're going to find all of the PDFs that you can download. That's at theimag.org. There is always an option to also donate to the iMag, and also a page where you can become a member and continue to support us and all of the programs that we are doing. Thank you guys, and have an awesome day.